Hello everyone, I'm Amod and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you people are doing well. So AI or artificial intelligence might sound like a new trend, but it is actually been around for a long time. People have been working on artificial intelligence since the 1950s. Yes, you heard me right, since 1950. So in 1950, A.M. Turing published a paper with the title Computing Machinery and Intelligence. And in the first line itself, he says, or basically asks a question that can machines think? And in this paper, he proposed the Turing test to check if a machine can show human like intelligence. And now we have already been using AI in many ways, like in Google search, voice assistants, YouTube recommendations, and even email spam filters. And in all these examples, AI is used extensively. But now everyone is talking about AI ever since generative AI came out. And let's be honest, if you don't start learning or using AI now, you might get left behind. So in this video tutorial, we will see about generative AI or Gen AI. I am sure you have already used at least one of these AI tools or at least heard about them. Some AI tools are built for specific tasks while others can do almost anything. For example, Copilot helps developers to write code, while Google Gemini is great for reasoning and problem solving. ChatGPT can help you with anything. Then we have some AI tools which can help you to generate image or videos. So on this slide I have listed few AI tools with their category and key uses. So if you call these tools as AI tools, that will be wrong because these tools are generative AI tools, and AI and generative AI both are not same. So let's understand what is AI or artificial intelligence. So AI is a process to make a machine smart so that they can think, learn and make decisions like humans. It is a technology that allows computers and machines to learn from data, recognize patterns, solve problems and make decisions, almost like how we people do. Let me give you some real-time use cases where AI is used. So when you search for a product on Amazon or you order something on Amazon, so after some time you might be noticed that Amazon starts giving you some suggestions, and most of the time those suggestions are useful. For example, you are looking for a mobile phone with some specific specifications. So Amazon might start suggesting you based on that filter. Or you watched a movie on Netflix. So next time Netflix might suggest you some movies from the same category. Next example is your email service provider. I remember there was a time when your inbox used to be full with the spam emails. But now your email service providers might filter them automatically and they move them to junk folder, which saves time and also it saves us from the fraud activities. Similarly, if any transaction seems unusual or from some different location or amount is huge, then also they can detect these patterns and alert the user. In Google Maps, it might suggest you the best route based on traffic and the time of the day. Another use case you can find in the resume screening systems. And nowadays, HR will not go through resume manually. They will set some keywords, and if those keywords are present in the resume, then only that profile will be selected, and HR will review only those resumes, not everything. And also in the medical system, you can see based on your health report, machine can detect or predict some diseases. So you can see we have a lot of usage of artificial intelligence in our day-to-day life. So AI is already existing. But now what has happened suddenly that we need to use a new term, generative AI. So with the generative AI, whatever AI we talked previously, that might be called as traditional AI. So in the traditional AI can analyze and predict, but they don't create new data or content. So what do you understand by new data or content? Take the example of any generative AI like ChatGPT. You ask ChatGPT, write an application to apply for a sick leave, or draw a picture of an apple, or give me a program of a string palindrome in Java. So basically, in all these things, ChatGPT will give you some content. And if you ask the same question again, so answer might be different. So basically, what is happening? These generative AI tool is creating or basically generating new content such as text, code, images, or videos. So, just to repeat, generative AI are applications like ChatGPT or Google Gemini, which are built on top of powerful and advanced artificial intelligence models. And these models are already trained on massive data sets. And using these models, generative AI can create new things just like a human would do. So basically, generative AI will not just memorize the data, it learns the structure, patterns, and relationships in the data and uses that knowledge to create new things. So, for example, suppose in the ChatGPT, you ask a question, where is New Delhi? So, ChatGPT will give you some correct answer. And now, if you ask how to go from Bangalore, so ChatGPT will remember or basically relate what you are asking. You haven't mentioned where to go, but you have mentioned from where to go. So ChatGPT will automatically find that okay, you are asking that you want to go from Bangalore to New Delhi, which is really a powerful thing provided by generative AI. So one example I want to give here to differentiate between traditional AI and generative AI is that in the traditional AI, it can detect if the given image is of a cat or a dog. But generative AI can create a brand new image of a cat or dog that never existed before. So sometimes ago I used the word models on which generative AI work. Even if you go to your chat GPT, here you can see we have some models. Some are free, some are paid. So basically, a model is the brain of generative AI tool. Or we can say models are the engines that make generative AI work. And each model is trained on massive data sets like text, images, videos, code, etc. That's why you might be hearing that this model is very powerful because maybe that model has been trained on extraordinary data sets. So why generative AI is game changer? Because it is for everyone, not specific to any tech guys. In day-to-day life also people have started using this. Instead of looking for some answer in Google, people have started using these AI tools. If you're a developer, you can use generative AI tool. You are a student, you can also use it. So basically, these AI tools can be used by anyone for any purpose. That's why it is a game changer. So we have a lot of advantages of generative AI, but we have some downsides as well. So we know that generative AI models are trained on massive data sets, and those data sets are like websites or data available on internet. And if the training data itself is wrong, then it is not guaranteed that whatever generative AI is giving you the answer that will be always accurate, ethical, or safe. So you need to always double sure before using the answer provided by generative AI tools. Here I want to highlight some of the downsides of generative AI like hallucination. So if you use generative AI tool extensively, you must have noticed that sometimes this tool might give you some makeup answers, which is not at all correct. I have faced this many times while using it for my coding needs, and it has suggested me some methods which is not at all present in the library. Sometimes you might find the answer is biased because that depends on the training data again. And also, it might be possible that they are trained in such a way that. Another point is high cost and energy use. So, training and running large AI models need a lot of computing power. That means higher cost, massive energy use, and big carbon footprint, which is the biggest downside of generative AI tools. The next one is ethical misuse. So nowadays you must have noticed that AI is used to create fake news, deep fakes, or misleading contents. This raises serious concerns about privacy, truth, and security. And the final point is over reliance on AI. Even sometimes I feel that I am so much dependent on these generative AI tools. For anything, I send a prompt to these AI tools, which might impact on my creativity and critical thinking. So it will be good if we use this generative AI tool as a helper, not as our replacement. But still, with all these downsides, generative AI is a good option to use and explore. And I will request you to learn and start using these AI tools if you haven't tried before. So that's all in this video tutorial. If you have a doubt, please comment on this video. And if you like my videos, please like, comment, subscribe, and share with others. Thank you, everyone.